Hello guys, my name is Scott again from Blackpool North originally in Lancashire. My hometown is Fleetwood. I do say I'm from Barnsley because that's where I currently am and that's where I've been living for the last 20 years, but I sometimes go back and forth from here to Fleetwood and Blackpool, which is my area, Lancashire, North Lancashire. So but I've lived in Barnsley for 20 years, but you know, I'll come and go as I want to, and I go back to see my family and things. But yes, let's get into the video anyway. You've probably seen some of my other videos that are on YouTube. Scott Stanworth, just type in Scott Stanworth old videos on YouTube and you'll find me straight away. This is a new video for you guys. Again, it's regarding the company I work for, which is Inspired Gaming UK Limited. We basically supply to the high street bookies, casinos such as Admiral Casino, Stories Gaming Centre, Royal Amusements, and all the bookies that you can think of, high street betting shops, or otherwise known as what they're known as, but everyone calls them bookies, same thing. But I'm going into a bit more in-depth detail this time, so you've got a bit more of an insight of what I'm talking about in terms of the software programming and stuff. So this is about the software installation, and this is going to give you a bit of insight of how they operate. And when I say operate, I don't mean as in the company, I mean as in how we manufacture the gaming machines. And you know, we don't just make betting terminals for bookies and for casinos such as the roulette machines that you see, which are known as betting terminals, which are popular. We do make various machines. We make Party Time Arena, which are very old. They came out back in 1997. And then we've got Party Time Dulux, which is, again, they came out even earlier. They came out back in the 1980s. And then we have Boy & Bars Classic, Party Time Classic, which is the latest one out so far. Party Time Classic is the latest machine that came out back in 2020, so that was 3 years ago. So that's one of the latest machines, but we didn't invent that machine. In fact, we didn't invent any of the party times. We just have the parts for them. We still build them. We still manufacture them in the factory at our head office in Burton-on-Trent, which is where the company is based. Which is quite a fair way away. It's not in Yorkshire, where I currently am. It's quite a bit of a travel from Yorkshire to get to there. I can't disclose the exact location of where the factory is, but it's not far from the head office, but it's within the vicinity of Burton-on-Trent. So but yes, obviously I've got to be careful about what I'm saying because it's not illegal to disclose this information, but I've got to be careful for my own protection and the public safety. So let's get into it. So basically we manufacture it in the factory. We build them from basically nothing, so it's like a shell, and then we put the parts into the shell, and then it then becomes a machine. So we have to put the LED lights into them, we put the screens into them, as in LED touch screens, and then we put the buttons in, like the touch start buttons and stuff like that. And obviously it's all new technology such as touch screen technology, and the software on it is very complicated, but at the same time it's good software. It's designed to stop you from beating the machine, if that makes sense. So it's there to prevent you from trying to beat the odds against it. And that's not just with the betting terminals on the popular roulette machines, which have, when I say roulette machines, they don't just have roulette on them. They have either 200 to 300 games on them, which are all separated into different sections of the machine itself. And you can go on the touch screen, you can swipe along, and there'll be 10 pages of games, and they'll all have different apps on them, and they all run via the casino's Wi-Fi network, which is obviously monitored by their company's head office. And obviously all we do is we just supply to them and sell to them basically. But obviously in terms of them operating the machines, once we sell it to them, we have no control over it. It's out of our hands. They can set it to the percentage, which is up to 98%, which is the maximum penalty any machine can be at by law, which is what the UK Gambling Commission state and the UK Gambling Agency states. And the minimum percent payout, depending on what kind of machine it is. If it's a betting terminal, then it can be anywhere from 81% right the way up to 98% maximum payout. If it's a Party Time Arena, they can be set to a minimum of around 80% payout, which is probably normally based on a £5 jackpot prize. If it's above 80% payout, then it can pay up to £25 jackpot prize. But just because they pay £25 jackpot prize doesn't mean to say it's only going to give you £25. It depends who's played it before you. If someone has put a lot of money into it in the first place, then again that difference with the machine. If someone's put £150 in it, you might put £10 in and end up winning that £150 back out of it that somebody else has lost on it. So it's not. This is the party times and the bullion bars and the OXO and Golden Gains, Bar X7s, all the old machines that you'll be aware of, that you come across in seaside town arcades, like such as Bridlington, Scarborough, Blackpool, Whitby, Firely, you know, all the seaside towns and where all the arcades are situated. Alongside the casinos are also in normal towns as well, not just arcades at seaside towns. Pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. So yes, that's what you'll find, and these machines are addictive and popular at the same time, and this is why people play them, because they want to get a hit off them and they know it's fun to play them. A lot of people just play them for fun because they think it's just enjoyment, which I agree, it is enjoyment. You know, they're just wanting to spend their money because they're on holiday at the seaside towns, you know, being a tourist and just, you know, enjoying the most of their holidays with their families, and that's part of life. That's part of how it is. You know, that's exactly what it's meant to be. Some people don't go there for fun and go there to enjoy the holidays gambling. Yeah, and gambling's not part of this holiday's not just part of gambling. It's, you know, it's part of the fun. You kind of include that just to make it fun for themselves and enjoy their holiday and make it worth the while. Because not many people go on holiday very often. They might only go on holiday in the summer times or maybe in winter times if they really want to. And obviously when they have that holiday, they want to make the most of it. And obviously that's part of the fun, part of it. That they want to go in the casinos or the arcades on the seaside, seafronts, and they want to, you know, bang a couple of quid in it, you know, and hopefully win a bit of profit out of it. And if they don't win, they're not really that bothered, you know, because they're not really there for profits. You get your odd punters that will go in there specifically just to make money from them, and then that's when they get a bite on the arse, basically saying you're not going to win from us, you're going to lose your money, we're taking it off you, and that is a true factor as well. So. But that's just that's just your older machines, like from the 1980s upwards. The betting terminals, which I've now come back to, which I was first talking about at the start of the video, which is the roulette machines, which the £500 jackpot fairy tale, which is going to be coming out soon as well. That's a new machine that we're currently manufacturing on the manufacturing line at Inspired. So just make sure that will be coming out in around August time, 2023 this year. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It could have pink LED lights on the front of it and all around the sides of it. Sorry about that, guys. That's just a car going past. Yeah, so that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to be a lot taller in height. It's going to be quite large in width, not too large, but it's going to be probably about as wide as maybe as a single chair. But it's going to be high in height. It could be as tall as the ceiling, put it that way. It's going to have big buttons on it, and we also have different machines that are out, which is the which came out in 2019, which is the VIP lounge gaming machines. I posted a few of these on Facebook. Some of the pictures which I've shared on Facebook newsfeed. So if you want to view those, you can at any time, and you can also just search for them on Google Images, and you'll find them. You'll find all our latest gaming machines. You can just put in latest gaming machines or latest gambling machines or latest betting terminals, and it will show you images of what they look like and how the gambling commissions operate within these casinos. And obviously this gives you an insight as to what you're looking at and to what you're playing with, if that makes sense. So obviously that's where it stands. So obviously that's what happens. But our job is to make sure that people are happy and that you gamble responsibly. And obviously if you're going to gamble responsibly, then please do that. Don't abuse it to the point where you've got nothing to your name and that you're left, you know, with fuck all, basically. Excuse my language, but that is a true factor. So obviously you've got to understand that. So yeah, that's just the red light on the car. It's just the brake lights are turned on. It's not my car, it's just somebody parking up or leaving the car park at my place, at the workplace. So yes, this is the video that you need to be aware of. Obviously, in terms of the actual betting terminals that you see in the bookies and in some casinos, them ones that you see can be a bit unpredictable. You're not guaranteed to win anything. Yeah, with them, because they are random. Now, when I say random, I mean random. You could put £1,000 in there in notes or £100 in coins and still not win anything back out of them, because when I say random, yeah, it doesn't matter how much it takes off anyone that goes in there playing on it. Yeah, it just means that it's on the take, and it will only pay when it wants to pay. They are monitored by their head officers. So, for example, William Hill head office, for their for their betting shops will be able to monitor every single machine that's inside their shops, and they can monitor them live on their computer screens to see what's paid out, which machine's paid what out, how it's been played, how long it's been on standby mode without being played by any players, and so on. So obviously that's not just William Hill, that's any bookies like William Hill, Coral, Betfred, The Bonus King, Paddy Power, Ladbrokes, you know, all the betting shops you can think of. They all have access to their computer systems, which are all linked to these betting terminals. This is only the betting terminals, not any of the other machines that I've been talking about, the older ones. This is just the new ones that I'm talking about. So that's the information that you need to know from an operational point of view, as in the member of the public's eye. So obviously I'm giving you that information to help you. I don't have to give you this information, but I am. You know, I'm being helpful towards everyone that wants to see this video on YouTube. And today is the 23rd of February 2023 by me, Scott Stanworth, in South Yorkshire. So enjoy the video, and I hope these tips and advice and information I've given you is helpful. Thank you. Take care. At inspiredgaming.co.uk. Thank you.